What is up, everyone? I'm Rogue Lancer, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of skilling while I give you an interesting story of how I got hacked and lost my account. Right now, I'm cutting some U's in a free-to-play 750 skill world to use for fletching whenever I purchase membership again, but I don't think we'll be here too long because, as you can see, there's just too many people. And it's not the same as the woodcutting guild. I think it spoiled me a little bit too much. So a few weeks ago, my membership ran out, and I took a pretty long break because I felt the game was pretty boring and free to play. But I missed it, and I missed a lot. I found myself just making a lot of alt accounts or playing on PS4 or even some games on my PC and on Steam, still thinking to myself that I wanted to play Runescape. So yeah, I made a lot of alt accounts that really didn't have any purposes, and I still have them all. I'd probably guess around 15 or so. I know, that's a lot. But I don't ever touch them anymore. So I decided after a few weeks to jump back in, and to jump back in, I needed a membership, but I wasn't about to waste time in a members world if there were things that I still needed to accomplish in free-to-play. So on my second day back into the game, which was just a couple of days ago, I finished all of my remaining free-to-play quests, and you can see all of those right here. If I just scroll down, and a few members quests that I need to also knock out whenever I do get back into it. But anyway, yeah, this place is definitely very crowded, so we will be moving locations here. So while I was watching my quest guides for those free-to-play quests that I completed on YouTube, I thought it was time to do another game on this channel. RuneScape, of course. A new goal. I'll be going to members soon, or when I feel like it's the right time, but for right now I'm enjoying let my mind wander in creative ways and making these videos. So unlike other videos I posted on RuneScape, this will be a story, and how and when I started playing. I'm almost at a total level of 1000, so I'll just be power chopping these willow trees in the background since I'm trying to earn my first skill cape. I would like to hit level 70 woodcutting today. I was going to fish, but I would rather wait till I can wear my angler's outfit and not get that XP waste. So feel free to just do something else and listen while this plays in the background, because you probably won't miss much. So where did it begin? I started playing RuneScape when I was 12 years old, which would have been in 2005. I was introduced to the game from a relative that I would see every other weekend. That was my aunt, who was 16 at the time, and her boyfriend, who was 15. And they were both really hardcore players. I mean, really hardcore players. I still have a distinct memory from seeing them both play. One from my aunt, or aunt, however you want to say it, whenever she got her first skill cape, and it was her farming skill cape whenever they came out and launched into the game. And another one from her boyfriend, which is now her husband John, explaining his name to me and what it meant. His name was Demented Mouse, and it actually led to inspire my first original Xbox gamer tag, Dementus. So seeing her skill cape, members armor, fully built player home, it always kept me grinding. Even if I was just a kid mining rune essence, which kind of was worth a good amount of money back then, and cutting trees all day, not really knowing what I was doing, I still enjoyed the hell out of it. So that's where the seed was planted. When I returned home every day from school, I booted up my trusty old 48 kilobyte per second dial-up connection and went to start my journey on the website, because you couldn't download a client back then, if you guys remember. I decided on the name Cracker1. I'm going to put it on the screen how it was spelled, and it's kind of weird. It was actually with a K and a 3. So the natural 12-year-old me just stuck a 1 on the end of it because Cracker just happened to be taken. Before RuneScape, all I did was skate. And there was an underground skateboarding team that was kind of local that gave out free free DVDs of their movie. And one of my friends who came over just happened to get a copy for me. They were called the Cracker Skate Team. And so right before I made my account, that's the name I decided I would put on. It didn't take me too long to understand the game at that age, but I grinded away. Not really knowing what's going on, but kind of knowing what's going on. I'd wake up 2 hours before the school bus stopped at my house every day so I could play every morning. Yeah, it was that bad. A real addiction. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who did the same thing. I made that account all the way up to a combat level of 104. Had a big cash stack and was upgraded to members for a good half a year. After my membership ran out, I took a pretty big break and I came back and took part in my first Halloween event. Then I took another break, this time even longer, starting to play a little bit more Halo with my friends on Xbox. I came back to the game probably around 8 months later, and I couldn't sign into my account. I had been hacked. I attempted to recover my password, only to be meted with another early internet days problem, quote unquote. The ISP we had was called Bell South, which is now owned by Yahoo. And back then, you either had AOL or you had Bell South. This is not only a time when dial-up existed, but a time when you had to pay for each email address that you had. So I had my own that my parents added under a special package that they had whenever they installed the internet. However, the email was only free for a certain amount of time until you had to pay for it. So my email no longer existed whenever it got knocked off of that bill. I swore to myself I was never going to come back to RuneScape after that because I couldn't get into it. I tried to contact jagex and everything. I mean, nothing happened. I could not get back into my account. So I lost it. There was just too much anger. I thought that there were just better games and I could just move on. I even played WoW for the longest time, but it's just not the same. So here we are, almost 13 years later, and I'm back at it again. I was playing a 2D browser MMO with a friend called Fallen Sword. He was getting pretty bored with the game, and I kind of was too, because I played it on and off for quite a while. Because the way that the pay-to-play content game works, it has a stamina system. I'm not really going to explain it, but you have to wait. And he suggested that we go to RuneScape. And I figured, why not? Since, I haven't played RuneScape in so long, and they brought 07 back. And I had a friend to play with. After about a week of playing with my friend, he got a membership, but not only for himself. I gave him my account info because he wanted to get a membership for me at the time too, so that way he could play for me, or play with me. So we both had a membership for a full month, which I was able to get my stats to where they are now. If I would have known to just level up what I needed to level up back then, I would have held off on it, but I wasn't going to pass up the membership. I would rather play with my friend since he was offering. So I haven't been back long. The game has changed so much. I see it's for the better. It really is, but still holds that special place in my heart that it did as a child. All the stuff is constantly changing. It keeps the game fresh, and it honestly really surprises me, and I love it to death. So that's why I'm going to continue playing this game, grinding it out, making new content. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing it. But back to the story. I'm a little late to the coming back party of the game, but better late than never. I love being back, and I love being able to look back and live in a time when it started. And I love that I have the time to make content here, not just for others, but for myself. Knowing that I can look back another 13 years maybe from now and watch these videos to feel that nostalgia on a whole another level. And of course what the end game content really looks like, because I've never been there. I've never done any of the bosses. That's just something I could never comprehend as a little kid at the time. And even now, whenever CC talks about it, or anyone talks about it in the game, I kind of don't have any idea how to even go about it. So I'm just going to keep working on building my account and my stats. So that's my RuneScape story, and this is just a new tale. It's a new journey. Now I want to hear from you guys and gals in the comments. When did you start playing RuneScape? Tell me when. And what's your story here? Did you get hacked? Have you ever lost your account for any reason? Just anything interesting. I would love to read them, and I always try to respond to every comment that I see down below. If you would, please drop a like and a subscribe. It tremendously helps me out, if you like the videos anyway. And it keeps me motivated to put the time into making the content, knowing that other people are enjoying it. If it took you 2 seconds to do that, it really does go a long way. Also, join in on the Mudkip CC. That's where I'm at right now. It's a ton of fun. Lots of cool people. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.